Hi Internet, my name is Cho and I tell stories. Today's video is about superheroes and I would like to make a confession. When I was a kid, I believed that superheroes were real. My favorite superhero is Superman. As a kid, I was so impressed by his superpowers that I wanted to meet him in real life. I watched all his portrayals, be them in cartoon, series, or movies. Arguably, the best portrayal of Superman is the one of Christopher Reeve. Mr. Reeve, in order to define what it takes to be a superhero, said, "A hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles." Mr. Reeve was right, and that's why I am making this video. I grew older and I still believe that superheroes are real. This video is about my personal superhero. He's not barrel-chested. He does not wear a cape. He does not have superpowers. He wears his heart to his sleeve and stands up for what, and luckily for me, for who he believes in. A harder life is hard to imagine. He was born to a family of 8 children, a poor family. He lost his father when he was 7 years old. 3 years later, he had to go to work. It was hard work that paid little more than nothing. He never made it to college, but he made it to the Tunisian bread riots, a series of violent demonstrations in Tunisia that occurred from December 83 to January 84, triggered by a rise in the price of bread due to an IMF-imposed austerity program. And he was considered as a political opponent of the regime. He was sent to prison and served the sentence of 4 years. My hero is my father, and while I was never imprisoned in jail, I got a life sentence of being imprisoned in this chair. As a child, I was bullied, I was teased, I was ridiculed. I was considered as a mental cripple because I was a physical cripple. But I had a strong father. I did not believe my tormentors. He did not believe my tormentors either. He believed in me and I believed in him. When I wanted to study abroad, he dropped everything to join me in my quest for wisdom. 4 years we were together, in France and in the United States. He accompanied me to places where he knew nobody and where he has no business being, were it not for me. He helped me with everything. He was cleaning the house, he was toileting me, dressing me, feeding me, helping me with transportation, and doing all the paperwork for me. He was taking care of me as if I was a giant baby. None of these tasks were one-time, occasional occurrences. It was every day, multiple times a day. Aches and pains did not matter. For him, there was no choice, no excuse, no alternative. Everything came second, even sleep. I studied engineering, and many were the nights I would stay up late studying. And since I could not change my clothes or go to bed without my father's help, despite his exhaustion, he stayed up with me until I finished my work. And between my complex equations and scattered documents, I would secretly look at him from my desk, drowsily waiting for me on his couch. I would ask myself, this is my fight? Where does he get all that enthusiasm from? Why does he keep fighting? Why doesn't he complain? It is mind-blowing for me when I consider all the sacrifices my father has done for me. I could never understand how a person could have so much love. And remember, for all intents and purposes, he never had a father. He had no role model. He had his father only for 7 years. His unconditional love dazzled me. It was my source of motivation. His sacrifices deserved nothing less than the first place. And so it was. I was the top of my class in bachelor's and master respectively. I often wondered if I would have done the same if I had been in his shoes. I didn't dare to answer. I didn't have the answer until the day my wonderful wife told me she was pregnant. And guess what? The answer was a big yes. I am grateful for the fact that I have such a fantastic role model and that I know what it really takes to be a father. Anyone can give life to a child, but it takes a true man to be a father. Fatherhood is not simply a consequence of a biological process. It is commitment, it is duty, it is responsibility. The only downside of having The father I have is trying to live up to his standards. He's Superman. He's my hero. I can only strive to be a mere imitation of him. So I thank him, and I thank every father for what they do for their children. In their own way, every father is awesome. Every father is a mentor. Every father is a role model. And I just got lucky being born the way I am, the son of the greatest of all fathers. And finally, to my future child, my progeny, my legacy, I promise to love you, protect you, and make you my life's purpose. I did not meet you yet, I don't know you yet, but I know that I would die for you. And I know I will strive to be as good a father for you as was your grandfather to me. If I was able to win your mother's heart, if I was able to graduate from world-class universities, don't worry, I will achieve my goal of making you as proud of me as I am of my father.